What's up, people? It's your boy OG Obadiah. Go ahead and get us up in here, man.
We on? Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Happy Sabbath to those of you who remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Round two. He got me in here for round two. Y'all know he did round one this morning earlier. So I'm in here for round two. I'm on my computer though, so I'm not just looking down just to be looking down. I'm trying to read the comments because I can't see them on my phone. And I'm recording on my phone. Oh, this like who was these people? Anyway, so we are here today to our Lord and Savior, our King. You would say JC, but we don't say that. So we say Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. We try to use the Arabic when we can, but we do know how to speak English, so ain't shading nobody. But much honor, glory, and praise to our Creator, our Heavenly Father, who is allowing the events that we're seeing take place in the earth. He's allowing all of this. So give Him honor and praise, and to be grateful for this day, because this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that was set apart, our holy day. So in Chappelle household, we usually chill, we read scripture, we play music, we have family time, and we just rest because our Creator designed this day specifically to rest. So that's what we're doing.
The topic we got up here now is why work under these conditions.
These conditions. So y'all, we're gonna talk about a lot of that. Maybe some people are afraid to say, but I am willing to say. So first of all, I don't know where you work and what you may do, which it's relevant to an extent because I'm gonna be speaking on healthcare because that's my field. But regardless of what you do to earn money, I mean, it's been your world been rocked. Everybody's has, but I guess the question just wondering is why would you under these conditions if you don't have to? If you were given an option, I don't know, take 50% of your salary, stay at home with 50% of your salary. Yeah, it may not be the amount you are used to getting, but if you could sit at home, most of us have children, and be a mother or a father and raise your children. Why not take half of your what you would make working and just sit at home? Excuse me. Some people have the option, some people don't. Some people want something to do, so they still gonna go to essential or well, I only really popular now is essential. So if you were an essential worker myself and you was given a day at home for less money, why not stay at home? Why work under these conditions? Why put yourself in an atmosphere full of chaos and uncertainty when you don't have to? So that's what we're talking about today, and not just you. It could be your employer. So I guess a few more people in, I'm going to discuss my own personal situation as I can without telling all my business like an idiot. So anyway, I'm employed with two companies. I hardly ever work for two, but technically I am. So when did all of this start? So last month, I went to my secondary employer, we'll call it, and I don't work there often, but I went there. My main job, I have like a week off just because of my schedule. So every now and then I go work at another place. So I went to the other place, and one of my coworkers told me that one of the patients who was discharged had tested positive, and the health department called and told them because they're obligated. So if you find out one of your coworkers tested positive and you didn't hear it from their mouth, they were reported by the hospital or the health department because legally they have to. Just like STs, if you ever call ST, oh wait, let me forget. None of y'all never got one. But anyway, if you ever got one, they want to know your partner so they can try, keep everything from being spread. So just to give you some kind of reference. So anyway, so that jumped off at the first job a couple weeks ago before things got too crazy. I got the N95 mask, which is the proper mask that you're supposed to have. And I'll show you guys in a second the mask that you should have if you're dealing with anybody who is tested positive or if it's unknown. And I'll get into that later. So anyways, as the days go by and I'm continuing to work, it's all kind of chaos. You ever been somewhere and you see all over the place and you can tell they ain't got their ish together and stuff is just kind of crazy. So my spirit told me to go put in request some days off and take me a vacation, which I did. So I took a vacation. I was supposed to return to work. I took a 2-week vacation. I was supposed to return to work this week, but I've been paying attention to everything's been going on. I've been talking to a lot of my coworkers while I've been off, and I found out that they're even still as crazy as it was before I left. So I went to the doctor and I told the doctor everything going on. I did not lie. I didn't. For those of you, I know a lot of people are Christians and they're scared. You were taught and you were raised to be afraid of Big Daddy government and just everything, and to be an upstanding citizen. Your government, your leaders lie to you and manipulate the system, in addition to your church leaders also. You may have a church leader telling you it's wrong to, I don't know, drink wine, which is completely a lie because the Bible does not say it's wrong to drink wine. But your church leader may tell you, oh, it's wrong to drink wine because that individual doesn't. But that individual may have a gambling issue that you don't know nothing about. So they'll knock you for doing something that technically is biblical, but then they'll tell you something else ain't sin. So let's take this scenario. Oh, it's a sin to drink. No, it's not. The Bible don't say that. You ain't supposed to get drunk, but you can drink. But are you supposed to be gambling? Or are you supposed to be doing any other thing that the Bible says we're supposed to do? But that's you worshiping in these so-called churches. My screen is froze. I guess I'm okay though. But anyway, so you'll have those situations that pop up. People are afraid. They're operating out of fear. One moment, I want to make sure I'm good. Okay. So anyway, since mine frozen, ain't no point in looking at that. So anyway, you have a lot of people who are afraid, and I said, you know what? I've never really taken no medical leave work other than having a baby. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the doctor, and I'll try to get a doctor's excuse. And for those of you who know me closely, I've discussed this with you. I went to the doctor and I told the doctor everything that's going on at my job. I told him the truth. What is that? I told him that we don't have the proper equipment at my job. I don't know about you where you work, but why would I work under these circumstances? Why would I work knowing we don't have the proper equipment to protect me? I have 2 little kids. Why would I go work for $8? Everybody getting $2. And before you call me ungrateful for $2, let's think about something. If you're a doctor and you got to go evaluate a coronavirus patient, you got their labs back, they're positive. Do you think you should get an extra $2 an hour, just like the person who sitting in the parking garage valeting? That valet person ain't dealing with that positive test in person, not like the doctor is. You can keep 6 feet. I cannot a doctor, but I can't keep my 6 feet distance from patients. So why would I go work like that? Why would I go to work knowing we have no N95 mask? Because the last day I went to work, where my main employer, there was not one N95 mask being distributed to any staff. Now, I was told by some of my coworkers they are distributing the N95 mask now, but I haven't been there to see it for myself. But this is what I was told from my colleagues, whom I trust. I'm just saying, I never seen it with my 2 eyes. Okay. The last time I was at work was last month because, as I stated, I've been off work. I'm fine. I don't have coronavirus or any coronavirus symptoms. I just don't feel the need to work with all the chaos that's going on in the healthcare facility that I work in. So yeah, I go to the doctor, I get a note, I tell him everything. I told him how some of my coworkers are sick. And this is from my other coworkers because I ain't there. Because if everything is on lockdown, how did the virus get into my employer? That's a whole nother subject. But I know my coworkers sick. Some haven't got tested positive, haven't got tested at all. They just keep coming to because they need their money. And we're going to get into that. Again, why we're under these circumstances. What is money right now? What is it doing for you right now? Because there ain't no more entertainment outside of your home. But my colleagues working the doubles. So it's supposedly lockdown, quarantine, no visitors. You know, if you work in a healthcare facility, I'm sure you guys have your protocols to how you pharmacy gives you your medications, to everything. Visitors pretty much are non-existent. However, the virus is still there. So like I said, I told my doctor everything. I told him about my coworkers being sick, not being tested. Some of them being sick, being tested positive, still allowed to come to work. Because if you want to, you can still come to work. A lot of y'all who have loved ones in hospitals, rehabs, different facilities, group homes, whatever, some of the people who take our family sick. And they know about it. They mean management, they being the CEOs, they being board of directors, they being doctors, they being the DON, they being the ADON. They know these people sick. They don't care because it's a body there. Let me tell you, right now in the state of Michigan, the coronavirus is going through these nursing homes like crazy. Now, I personally have lost 4 patients, 4 in 1 week to coronavirus. 4 of them, all older population, none of them had melanin. So y'all can miss me with that, oh, all of a sudden it's coming for Black people. You cannot believe you read these articles. I'm not telling you facts on everything, because I'm telling you 4 of my, meaning every single time I go to work, I'm taking care of them. My patients, 4 of them have all died. Now, out of these 4, none of them had me, so miss me with that one. And then 2 of them, so there were 2 and 2. 2 were in one room together, 2 were in another room together. Out of 4, 3 of them had something called a peg tube. They had tubes in their stomach. So they have to provide care based on that because they can't have any intake through their mouth. I'm telling you this to go back to the question. So when I went to work to take care of these individuals, I could not be 6 feet away. How can you be 6 feet away, nurses, and crush medicine and put it in a peg tube? How can you be 6 feet away to give a nebulizer albuterol treatment? And if you're not in healthcare, forgive me, I'm trying to speak layman's terms as best as I can. I want everybody to feel me no matter what field you work in. But I'm just giving an example for me. Now, if you on an assembly line when the plants were still open, maybe it was a little different from you, but you still got to watch your coworkers, because your coworker could leave work Friday, go to a house party not say nothing. They come back to work Monday, feel straight, but then a couple days later, now they got a cough. You don't know they went to a house party, because we always thinking when we go to work, it's the other people. If you work, let's say you work at Dollar General, because I know they open, you thinking, oh, you could get it from the customers, so it's only 10 customers allowed at Dollar General at a time, but you could get it from your colleague. Because the last time I was at work, we wasn't 6 feet apart. Yeah, we had our masks on, not the N95s, not the good ones, surgical masks. Surgical masks do not protect you. And I'm trying to, but I'm still all over the place, but whatever. Surgical masks protect the other person. That's why they surgical masks. Because, and I have worked in operating room, so this ain't hearsay. This is what I know for a fact. If I'm talking to somebody else in the operating room, they don't want the particles or saliva or droplets to fly out of my mouth and possibly go into your open wound over there on the table. Surgical mask is to protect the other person, not you. N95 protection. And I'm going to get the mask in a second. But anyway, you think, you programmed to think you're going to get it from the customer or you're going to get it from the patient. But again, where I work has been on lockdown for weeks, since about, at least I want to say, like, let's say mid-March, let's say about the 15th. I know around then, my specific job has been on lockdown. So how did the virus get there? So now we got to start looking at our coworkers, because we got to start using common sense. Thank you. So I'm going to take a break and I'm going to show y'all the mask that you should have. If your job give any F's about you, this is what you should have. Not the yellow one, not the blue one, not even the one that make you look like a duck. Now that one I've never physically handled, so I don't really know about that one, just to keep it real with you. But I know it ain't no N95. This is the N95. This is what you should have. This is what you are supposed to have. An N95, gloves and gown, and a face shield at the minimum with a person who's tested positive. To all my healthcare people, this is what you're supposed to have. Now, it's so much, because it's much yes in the game with these jobs. But anyway, my colleagues, if it's any of y'all on Facebook who watch it, it is what it is. I ain't been to work, so how I know? It's because y'all done told me. My coworkers got it. But some people so money hungry. Some people so worried about getting their doubles and getting their overtime, they ain't thinking about proper PPE. They ain't thinking about the contagious viral disease. They ain't thinking about that. Let me take disease off and let me just say virus, to be politically correct for any of you healthcare people who want to come and, comment. I'm trying to say everything correct, but in the same breath, like I say, I want people who non-healthcare to feel me. Okay, so let's go back to the example. You might work at the plant. How you know your coworker ain't go to a house party? Because I know of 2 people who went to house parties, 2 of them. My mama told me about one of her coworkers, and one of mine went to a house party. We sitting up looking at the patients or their families. Don't want their families to come in. Patients up in here dying. Don't want their families, because they could have corona. Meanwhile, it's your colleague that got that rona. Your colleague the one bringing it to work. Now, I can't pay your bills, so I can't tell you what monetarily, other than have faith in your creator, baby, because money ain't everything, okay? And I think we all have been in experiences where we know that. All of us who at least 30 and up, money ain't everything. And these jobs be having y'all by the balls, because they know y'all addicted to that money. Addicted to these lifestyles that y'all create for y'all and y'all families, knowing you can't keep up with that lifestyle on 40 hours. And I don't do nowhere near 40. I'm going to tell you that now. I've been left all that long. Now, when I first became a nurse, yeah, I was paper chaser like the next person making all that money, but I'm done with that. And to keep it, it's because I got 2 little kids. And I can't work like that, because I want to be a mother, come way before being a nurse. I was a mother before I ever was a nurse, and a wife. So that's more important to me. But again, because I had someone kind of mention that to me, I don't feel so. I can't tell you you can take a pay cut. But what I can tell you is, baby, it ain't even worth it. And again, I ain't afraid of coronavirus. I done been sick so much in my life. I ain't afraid of coronavirus. I pray to the Most High, my Creator, that I don't get it. But I'm not afraid of it. The reason I'm not working is because it's crazy to work now. The last time I went to work, it was so chaotic. And one thing I cannot stand is people in management or people over you, even like your parents, that'll tell you some fluff, some BS. Have y'all noticed when y'all go to work, y'all ask just the management how stupid they look? Because they trying to think of a lie to tell you. They like chickens with their heads cut off running around these places. For example, the last day I was at work, we had this meeting. It was the end of March, and we had already been on lockdown for what, about 2 weeks. And they decided to have a meeting. Now they're going to address everything. I go to the meeting and I listened. I took all the paperwork and I listened to everything they said and I read through my paperwork. I wish I didn't leave, but I left my stuff at work. I left all the paperwork from that meeting at work. But I do remember some of the things that I read. And one of the things that a lot bothered me in the meeting, but one of the things that bothered me the most is one of my coworkers, a CNA, who a lot of you like to look down on. I don't think I'm no better than nobody, so I wouldn't care if you was a CNA or a housekeeper. The only difference I think is nurses and CNAs should get more than $2 because we're in there physically hands-on. Anybody else in their hands-on like that for real? Maybe therapy, but therapy ain't dealing with their fluids. It's different when you're dealing with somebody's body fluids and secretions. Therapy ain't in there suctioning them trays, is they? Changing out them inner cannulas. They ain't doing that. And RT, let me give RT. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people forget about respiratory. Forgive me, because y'all dealing with them secretions. Let me tell you, let me pause. And let me tell you how bad it is. I heard they need or stop all the treatments. No aerosol. We ain't spray, ain't no mist up in the air no more. So what do that tell you? I'm sorry, RT. Y'all need to be added in there too. Because if your grandma got coronavirus and she need these breathing treatments, who gonna do them? The nurse or the respiratory therapist. The doctor ain't gonna do it. Y'all ever notice how quickly the doctor is in and out your room? Just think about the difference if you went to the doctor. The doctors wasn't in there with you like that, unless they was just that kind of doctor. They in and they out, but they get the big bucks. But anyway, so let me try to, because I know I'm all over the place. But at the meeting that I had at work, now mind you, I'm sitting in this meeting. I already know I took a couple of days off, so I knew when I left that day I was gonna be off work for a little bit. I didn't know I was gonna have to get it defended. I thought 2 weeks things was gonna calm down at my main employer, and I go back to work in 2 weeks. Nah, ain't nothing like that happen. So in the meeting, they were, long story short, the protocol, meaning this is the steps, these are the procedures. If somebody, so it all really starts with a temperature. Everybody really looking at the temperature as the first sign or symptom, and temperature being 99.0 and up. Excuse me, and I'm trying to go off memory, but I remember them on the paper. They said the protocol was 99 and up. Once your patient or you, because when you come to work, now they're supposed to be checking your everybody temperature. That's what they're supposed to be doing. But again, like a lot of people saying, they doing the temporal, where they kind of like scan it across your forehead. So how accurate is that? And if the person all the way back here, because they get too close to me, you know, is this 94.8 accurate temperature? Whatever on that. But anyway, if your patient spike a temp and they temp 99.0, you got to start doing something now, because now showing a sign or symptom of coronavirus, 99.0. So let's say you go back and check it in an hour to 2 hours is my particular employer's protocol. Let's say I go back and check your temperature in 2 hours and you steady climbing, you 99.2. Okay, obviously I gave Tylenol when I checked it the first time, gave you some Tylenol, but it ain't helping. You steady climbing up. This is what they put on paper. When I spoke to my colleagues, they said they ain't doing no testing. The only way people really getting tested is if people go to the hospital. And depending on who you are and what hospital you at, they may or may not test you if you young, if you seem like you healthy or whatever. It's so many stories with people saying, I can give you stories that I've heard, but I prefer more facts. So I'm gonna tell you what I know, what I've seen for myself working as a healthcare professional. And just to say, I ain't never seen it like it. And I've been in healthcare since I was 18, and some of the nurses that's older than me, late 40s or 50s, they ain't never seen nothing like this ever. So miss me with this happened before, miss me with, oh, these type of things happen. Yeah, plagues happen, infectious diseases and viruses happen, don't get me wrong, but to this extent, has it? You answer that question for yourself. So anyway, so apparently what we were supposed to be doing, 99.0 higher temperature. Obviously, what the nurse can do, give you some Tylenol, encourage fluids, etc. But as the person's condition worsens, they're supposed to get a specimen. Now, into the paperwork I was given at my job, that specimen is oral, so they swab your mouth, nasal, both, or one or the other. Okay, get the specimen. I remember reading it had to be like on ice. It had to be kept cold, and it was the one of the big ones in Michigan. I'm gonna leave the name out. The Farmington Hills location is where we were supposed to be sending our specimens. Now, I ain't never took no specimen from nobody, and ain't none of my colleagues never took no specimen. What we do, once we see your temp done spike this time, we give you Tylenol and ain't nothing happen. Okay, at a point, maybe we could get you a chest x-ray and see what was going on, and maybe some stat labs, but really, you got to go. You got to go to the hospital. Now, EMS, what else they call y'all? Paramedics, y'all transportation people, y'all something else, some of y'all, because y'all so scary. Y'all don't want to take these sick people. But if you're sick and I'm here with you and I can't do nothing else for you, we got to call the ambulance, get you a stretcher and get you to the hospital. That's a whole nother fight. And I don't work in the hospital at the moment, so I can't really speak on that. I just know I had to send someone to the hospital, and the ambulance driver, let's just say, had a conversation, and I had to let them know this person already has a respiratory history. But you can't automatically say they got coronavirus just because they got a respiratory history. What you're seeing, like, okay, let's say the person was like coughing and sneezing and stuff like that. That don't mean you got coronavirus. You could have a common cold, but everybody's so spooked right now. So a lot of the drivers don't want to be bothered, or they catch so much hell when they take the patient to the hospital that they kind of trying to talk you out of like, well, nah, ain't no room in the hospital. Okay, well, I'm discharging the person, so you liable. So what you gonna do? And it's a situation where they reluctantly take the person, and they, and then they're gonna do what they got to do. But you got to fight with that also. You got to fight with management to even get people to the hospital because they don't want to do that. You got to fight with them. They want you to basically just put some tussin on it. You know how you get sick and you doing everything you can at home because you really don't want to go to the hospital. You really don't want to sit in the ER. You don't want to be down there. You don't know if they're going to admit them. But we got to do it, right? At some point, our parents had it for us. We got to do it for our kids. So a lot of healthcare professionals is caught in this freaking hamster wheel of, okay, I think my patient's sick. I want to send them out. But your company don't want you to because they lose money. But on the back end, y'all steady accepting new admits. I know all the healthcare people can feel me on this. They steady accepting new admissions with the protocol of, we're going to do a 14-day quarantine on everybody. But the way y'all moving people around, the way y'all staff up here is sick. For example, I told y'all that 4 of my patients died in a week. I went on vacation for 2 weeks. The first week I was off, so much hell broke loose in my job. Like, oh, I know I ain't going back no time soon. 4 of my patients died. tested positive, got sent to the hospital, got tested positive for coronavirus in the hospital. So if they got tested positive in the hospital, what was they a couple days before when they was in the rehab? Positive. But did we have 95s? No. We had surgical masks. So what do that mean? That means I was exposed and everybody is exposed. So I voluntarily did my 14-day quarantine. I don't need the money that bad. Not that I got it like that, which we're going to get into that too. So that means I was exposed. If I was exposed, then why would my job be calling me to come back to work premature than the 14 days?
Exactly.
Because I was exposed. Oh, that's it? Okay, I thought you was going to say something else. So, like I said, I went on vacation the last week of March. That following week, my job called me 2 days in a row asking me if I can come to work. And I didn't respond because, sometimes you in your emotions, so things may not come out with the filter. So I just didn't even respond. But from a common sense point of view, if my patient was died with coronavirus and died a couple days later, that means I was exposed. Because everybody know it could live on surfaces for how many days? Y'all know better than I do. Because I know everybody, medical professionals at this point. Plus the information is
Right, hold on.
constantly updated.
Hey, I had to interject on that one right there. But everybody feel like they, experts at what's going on as far as with this disease or whatnot. But that's it though. They don't got no other answers or anything like that. They really like what's going on. What the hell is going on? They still wondering what the hell is going on. If you wondering what the hell is going on at this point, then you lost. You lost. You know what I'm saying? You listening and looking at the wrong people. That's what you're doing. But go ahead, babe.
Yeah, so I took that personally as an insult, just like the $2, because I've been exposed. Everybody in my job, I got 2 little kids, ain't no secret. You want me to come back to work off my vacation premature because y'all need a body. But what is that going to do? God forbid coronavirus, now you going to want me to come back to work and deal with 20-something patients of my own. Let's say I'm feeling good and somebody else patient asks me for something. Now I done contacted this person. Let's say I'm going to the vending machine. So I left my area. I done went all through the building, just touching stuff because everything on lockdown. So all the doors closed. To go in and out, you have to touch every door and just pass it and spread it. So I declined, honestly. I told them, I'm not about to go back to work. I'm just wouldn't respond. Like I work. And why would y'all even put me or the other patients in harm's way? Think about what I said. 4 of my patients died in a week, and they were roommates. Like I said, it was roommates and roommates. 2 women in one room, 2 in another room. They all died in a week. My first week I was off vacation. But if you chasing paper, then you could obviously do that. But I'm like, really? Money? Seriously? Like, this is not the time for me to be sitting up worried about no money right now. Not right now. And I'm not trying to make it like I don't need money like the next person. I got bills and all that too. But money just everything. Or feeling bad. Oh, they short. Let me go and help. They short. Do anybody ever help you? When you at work, do anybody be like, oh, by themselves, let me help them? I'm trying to log in. That's why I keep looking down. I don't know how I got logged out. Do anybody come help you when you at work, when you're working? Because that's what happened to me. I let that guilt crap ride on me, on my shoulders. Oh, I feel bad. They short. Nurse called off. Yeah, the nurse called off because the nurse ain't playing these games with them. And then now I was going to try to get to the comment section, but let me go ahead and speak on what I wanted to speak on as far as the supplies. Now, this is what pissed me off. I already knew it was bogus because they was giving the little blue and yellow surgical mask out to people, right? And they was telling us that this had to last your whole shift. So sometimes I go to work and I get a big Ziploc bag full of rare masks, and they'll be like, okay, get these to the CNAs in the midnight shift when they can, these theirs for the day. They ration them to you for the day. So if you don't have enough masks, you hit, because they only gonna give you X. I don't know, after hours, them people leave. People ain't past 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They leave. They go home. So we stuck there by ourselves. No supplies. So I'm like, I get one funky mask for the whole day. Furthermore, this ain't even the right mask that we actually supposed to have. But check this. They tell us, so I know I'm all over the place, but back to the meeting. So that meeting that we had, they tell us that the person get a fever, you get the specimen, send it off, and then, we waiting to see what's happening. One of my coworkers, a CNA, I'm only saying CNA to put some respect on their name, because a lot of y'all like to treat them like they idiots or whatever. So
Put some respect on that name.
Yeah, put some respect on their name, CNA or not. The CNA asked a really good question. The CNA said, if somebody, you suspect them having it because they got a temp, because they having difficulty breathing, because they having diarrhea, shortness of breath, all the symptoms, of corona, lack of taste sensation, they having all of this, right? So we feel the need to test them. But while you waiting on their test results, what do? Unfortunately, we don't have supplies that, so we can't do that. So let me break it down to you. You think somebody got coronavirus. So you test them, you swab their mouth or you swab their nasal cavity, get the specimen, send it off. But while you waiting for it, if it was you looking at me, while you waiting to get the results back, would you want to treat it as if they don't have it and just go in there regular? Or would you treat it as if they have it and go in there masked and gowned up? Now, that's my question I'm posing to you, because that's what one of my colleagues, the CNA, asked, and he was told no. He was told that they're not going to give out the full PE, the right mask, the N95, the gowns, all of that, unless the person has a confirmed case. And this one I knew that I wasn't the one to play these games with, because you mean to tell me that I think this person has a very highly contagious virus? Y'all think so too, because we took the specimen or we sent them to the hospital, and you mean to tell me, let's take the scenario where they still here, not the hospital, but they still here. They not in no acute distress, meaning they cool. They might have it, but they straight right now. You send off for the specimen, and during the time while you wait to get results back, they not gonna give you no PPE. We ain't about to waste our stuff and we don't know if they got it or not. So then fast forward, come back, the patient got it, which happened. We've all been exposed, myself included, because these are my patients. So I said, you know what? I'm good on y'all. Y'all don't give a dang about me. And let me tell you, I don't care if you a nurse with a freaking master's degree. I don't care if you an NP, a nurse practitioner. They don't care about you. You just a body. Because I read, and for people who are a little deeper in healthcare, I read that they got NPs wanting y'all to work the flow as RNs in acute areas like ICU and no training. So for all of you who didn't understand what I was saying, basically I'm saying that they'll take somebody who is overqualified and put them in a position where they still don't know what they're doing. Okay, let me see. Because I want to make sure I'm clear. Let's say you're a nurse who brand new nurse fresh out of school. She can't go work in the ICU, intensive care unit. She needs to be trained. It don't matter that she a nurse. She need to be trained. She still ain't never worked in the ICU. So these are just examples because I stay reading about what's going on in my profession, and I'm reading about the things that different people are saying. How could you expect a nurse practitioner to go work as an RN in the ICU without no training? Because the person is overqualified, but it's just the fact that they ain't got no training because they haven't been doing that. I think the lady said she was working at outpatient something. So you can't go from outpatient to ICU like they don't care. They send it, well, they're asking for volunteers. People going to New York making $10,000, $13,000 a week, but what you gonna be dealing with? Now, if you know what you're dealing with, know what you're doing, that's something different. But so many people are chasing money, they just own it like I don't care. Like some of my coworkers picking up extra shifts. And this, well, before it went down, I was like, screw some overtime. But some of my coworkers still work extra. Me, I wasn't picking up no extra shifts. I don't need to be in here no more than what I'm in. Not only I can't bring my shoes into my house. Make sure you leave your shoes. I used to leave my shoes like we got like when you first come in a little like area, so where you can walk in to an extent in your shoes, and then it cut off. There's no more shoes past this point. Well, now I can't even do that. Then I got to come home, immediately take my clothes off, put my clothes, separate the soaps I wore that day, just infection control, trying to keep it down. But your job ain't doing that. Your job ain't doing infection control no more. How, since when you could take something in one patient room, out that room, and take it in another patient room? Since when? So all my nurse CNAs, respiratory therapists, doctors, whoever you are, housekeeper, dietary, since when can I go in Miss Jones' room with this mask on and leave out, go in the hallway, and then go in Mr. Brown room with the same mask? When have you ever? And miss me with we in a pandemic, supplies is short. Bull. Miss me with that. Because they got the supplies, they just keep them locked up. Or your colleagues stole them, so you can thank your colleagues for working with short supplies. Nah, I don't care if my colleagues did them. My colleagues ain't millionaires. My colleagues don't own the company and have in the company. So I don't care if they stole the stuff. I don't work for my colleague. My colleague is responsible to make sure I'm protected. You are employer. It's your job to make sure we got enough disposable. Do you know these is disposable? Do you know this is supposed to be one time use and thrown in the trash? So let me tell you what my doctor told me. Like I said, I'm not about hearsay. If it's hearsay, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you about facts, what I know for myself. I went to the doctor and I told the doctor, look, I need you to do something for me because I ain't trying to go back to work. It's chaos. I told him everything I'm telling y'all straight, it real. He was a Caucasian man, in case you're curious. And I told him, they ain't got enough of these. I'm supposed to have so many of these that don't make no sense. My main job didn't even give me this. I got this from my secondary job where I have next to no patient contact. I told you I barely even work over there. I got this from over there and took it and kept it because I'm like, you know what? I might need it. The way they acted with supplies, I might need this, so let me hold on to it. Do you know? I told the doctor, so this is what you're supposed to do. Really, these are disposable, meaning you use them one time in one patient's room for one patient, and then you throw it away with the gown and all that other stuff. You wash your hands, then you leave. That's what you're supposed to do. Do you know my employer making nurses and CNAs and everybody else wear these for a week? 1 week. Would you wear your clothes for a week straight? Would you wear them drawers for a week straight? But you're going to wear this for a week straight and you in and out of people's rooms. Let me tell y'all how even more scandalous they are. They told us to put this, so this was in the meeting before we even issued these to my coworkers because they knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was going to get worse and it's going to continue worse. And if you don't know, I'm telling you. Because if people lying to you, telling you it's going to get better, they're a damn lie.
Exactly.
My job.
Exactly. Hold on. Let me get in the middle of this right quick. But yeah, that's people got false hope. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, if anybody got any questions or they want to chime in, on this live right here, right now, all you got to do is just go to vmix, right? But just one person though, one person at a time. Go to vmix.com and you enter this number in that's above us right here, and you'll come through. But anybody's invited or anything like that, you know, you want to come on and share some light on things that you might have facts about or whatnot. Um, you might have answers. I mean, you might have questions. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just if you want to comment or whatnot, you know, you're more than welcome. But go ahead, babe.
Yeah, if you want to comment, please do. Because, like I said, I've been off work, all praise to the Heavenly Father, for over 2 weeks. So maybe my information is outdated and you have some more current information. But anyway, this is what the director of nursing told us. The director of nursing. This 95, they're going to distribute these because they anticipated on things. As a matter of fact, the administrator said, quote, it's not a matter of if it gets worse. It's not a matter of if it hits our building. It's a matter of when, which was probably the realest thing that was said in the meeting. And so they were giving us the protocol, like I was telling y'all. They was letting know if your patient had these symptoms, this is what y'all do. And this is what y'all going to do with the PPE, the personal equipment. You're going to get this. You're going to sign for it. Now, they didn't tell us that in the meeting, but one of my colleagues told me she had to sign for a second one. But anyway, they give you this, and then it's in a brown paper bag. You're supposed to keep it in the brown paper bag. So we work 12.5-hour shifts, sometimes up to 16 hours. You work with this all day. You take it off, you put it in your brown paper bag, and then it's good because it's sitting for 12 hours. And whatever the chemicals is that's in the brown paper bag, whatever germs or bacteria or whatever could be growing on your mask, being in that brown paper bag for 12 hours, that's gonna kill it, and you good the next day or the next time you work. I told my doctor all of this, right? Because like it was some BS when I heard, but I just sat there in the meeting quietly till it was over, and then afterwards I asked about my staff, which is nurses and CNAs, because again, we in there. Now I ain't saying that housekeeping ain't in there yet. Somebody got to go clean their room up, but you ain't changing no diapers. You ain't changing people diapers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting people up. You ain't dealing with patients who spit their food out, who spit at you, or who take their feces and throw it because they mad that they got a colostomy bag. Y'all ain't dealing with that like nurses and CNAs are. And some of you nurses ain't dealing with that because y'all too uppity and think y'all better somebody. It's all day go out this room, that room. Heard they even want you to keep this on when you're doing patient care. When you at the desk, you in the hallways, they told me they want you to be in this for your whole shift, whether it's 12.5 or 16 or 8. Excuse me. So I told the doctor when I went, he told me bull crap. He told me that these masks, that scenario, putting it in a bag, brown paper bag, because I asked him, have you ever heard of the brown bag technique? Because I had never heard of it, because in my career, I ain't never had to even use it in 95. You know, I know a lot of y'all been nurses for a long time, so y'all probably done had to use this type of stuff, but this is not something that you will use on the regular where I work. Now, maybe if you work, you know, a place where you got more infectious disease, you'll use them all the time. So I didn't know. My doctor told me, that's fine if you at war and that's all you got, then this is gold. He was like, but this is something that we were discarding and throwing away after we were done with it. So no, it's not acceptable. He told me the only way, listen up, all you CNAs, all you nurses, all you respiratory therapists, all you people in healthcare. I'm going to tell you what my doctor, who was a PA, a physician assistant, what he told me when I went to the doctor to go off of medical. He told me brown packs and reuse is only good if you got about 4 of them where you could switch them up so that the one you wore yesterday, you ain't wearing it when you tomorrow, so that it has have multiple days to sit in that brown bag to kill any germs and bacteria that was on there. Not just one. How you rotate in one? Common sense. How can you rotate one? Think about it. You cannot rotate one. It's only one. You can rotate 4. You can rotate 2. You cannot rotate one. And when he told me that, I was just sitting there like, you know what? I said, you know something? I'm so glad I came. And shout out to my coworker. I ain't gonna say her name because she probably don't want me to put her on blast. But I was gonna go to work like a fool. I took a couple days off and I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go on and go back to work. My coworker said they're giving out the mask, they're giving out an extra $2. I'm gonna just go on and go back. Like I said, Morris was calling me because I haven't been to work and they've been updating me, especially when we had all them deaths. We was like, wait a minute. And my one coworker said, you better go to the doctor. You better go to the doctor and get an excuse. And my thing, back to you Christians, my thing was, I ain't want to lie. I don't want to lie about what's going on just to get off work. You worried about lying to manipulate the system, but your same founders of the country, what you think they did? That flag that you got to stand and put your hand over here and say that little pledge your allegiance. The people who came up with that lied, but you worried about lying to get off work, which I didn't. But I'm just saying, some people let me know that they wasn't comfortable with lying, and I said, well, baby, I feel you because I didn't lie either. I told him everything. I said, ain't nothing wrong with me, obviously, because the last time I had the flu, and he actually told me, you look good when you ain't got the flu. I said, you remember me? He said, yeah. And so I was explaining to him everything I'm telling y'all. And he was like, absolutely not. He said, when you want to go back to work? I said, I think another 2 weeks to hopefully see if things is better. And that's how I got this additional 2 weeks that I'm on now. So I'm on medical sabbatical. You can call it what you want, but it's crazy. It's chaos. And then people try to play you like you stupid. You know, you go ask management a question and, oh, y'all making a big deal of it. We were told we were making a big deal of it when we started letting each other know such and such that rumor is such and such got that Rona, so be careful when you go in the room. Oh, y'all making a big deal. That's what we were told from management. Y'all don't make a big deal out of it. It ain't just us. I ain't forgot about all my brothers on lockdown. Let's talk about that. Let's pause on healthcare and let's talk about another field, corrections. I don't know if y'all been seeing the videos. First, let me say this. Shut the hell up, judging people. Everybody in prison ain't guilty.
Exactly.
You ever got in trouble for something you ain't do? As a kid, you ain't never get in trouble for something you ain't do? Remember group whoopers, group punishments? They don't know who did it, so everybody in trouble. So calm down. They in prison. If they wouldn't have never did this, this is what they get. Nah, baby. Everybody in there ain't guilty. And if you black, you better have some, or African American, whatever they deciding to call us, you better have some empathy for your brother or sister because it could be you one day. The prisoners, they ain't got masks. How they 6 feet apart? How can you be 6 feet apart in a prison cell? Have you ever seen a prison cell? You know how little they are? If you got a bunk bed, how is you 6 feet apart? How? Y'all all using the same toilet in the room. When you sneeze and do this, do all of it hit that area, or do some of it? Sometimes you can sneeze, it can't surprise. Sometimes you in the middle of the night, you may cough or sneeze.
I mean, hey,
Then
let me interject on that. As far as you know what I'm saying, our conditions, as far as you know, how close we are to each other or whatnot. I done been to probably about 5 or 6 different prisons, federal prisons, that is, and everyone is close contact. Everybody, COs, you know, the inmates or whatnot, but everything is impacted. Everything is close. So as far as you know what I'm saying, you keep distance, you keep your social distance. It's impossible. It's impossible. I don't know how many videos that me and my wife watched as far as these inmates is riding it. They they going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like just like my wife said, everybody in prison not guilty. And we know everybody who's outside of prison is not innocent. You know what I'm saying? They need to be in prison, you know? But everything is close. You know, ain't no way you can contain that virus in a prison or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's why they letting a lot of these prisoners go too. If you paying attention to that, you
Yeah,
know. But that's all I wanted to just
yeah,
come in and say.
yeah. He right. I seen two videos this morning, two 20-minute videos, or it could have been the same video, but it was in Lansing, in Michigan, where we are. And the prisoners get fed up. They said they done talking. They said that they didn't have water, that they cut the water off. And I guess some inmates got coronavirus. Same thing I'm saying. The inmates like, how did the coronavirus get here? Because the COs bring it up in there. And the prisons don't care about you inmates or you COs. If you ain't close to the warden and up, they don't care nothing about you. Because why would they have y'all continue going up in there working like that, knowing that y'all the ones, so one of y'all staff done brought it up in there, gave it to one of these inmates because he showed the bed, like the guy who was here, he did. And then that same room, he showed another empty bed and was like, he on I think he said he on life support and he about to die next. So my point is, here's a whole nother field where you got those who are housed and then you got those who come go. Again, you don't know what your coworkers doing when they leave. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not telling you to be afraid. This ain't what this is about. This ain't about fear. This is about putting yourself first for once. Using some common sense. You may not believe like me. You may not believe we Hebrews, we really God's chosen people. We the real descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we God's true people. You may not believe that right now. But that aside, from a common sense standpoint, why are you going to work with all of this going on? Ain't this a time of rest, a time to chill? You think all of this going on, that this is the time God wants you to be like, well, you know what? Your coworker's sick because they got Rona, so this is the time for you to go up there and clean up, get all the hours you can. No, I don't think that's what God is saying to you. I really don't. A lot of y'all is scared of these jobs. Y'all afraid. People mad at you. Don't you know they got mad at me when I sent my paperwork saying I'm about to be off for a couple more weeks. They ain't like it. But oh well. I got 2 babies. And someone posted this. If your baby gets sick and gotta go to the hospital, then what? Because you can't be there by your baby's side. I mean, I'm assuming the person in the scenario, but think about it. People don't want to be bothered with people right now. So if your baby gets sick and gotta go to and me, I have a 1-year-old who can't even talk. So what I'm gonna do? Leave her up in children's hospital by herself? No, because I can't quit going to the job. And then that $2 insult. Everybody getting $2. So I don't care. $2 ain't enough to make me scrub up and go up in there. Y'all don't care about me. My job, they want to serve you pancakes, spaghetti, tacos, Sonic burgers. Yup, I'm saying it. Yup. No, thank you. I don't want none of it. You can't feed me to make me forget my situation. I'm well fed. Look at me. I'm good. I don't need that. Only 2 things I've asked for from my employer: PPE and money. Give me some money and some PPE. When I spoke to someone in management about money, they had a problem because advocating nursing staff only. But again, don't nobody do what nursing and CNA do in the other departments. So whatever on that. And I was told they was fighting for it, but they have been denied. A week and a half later, they approved everybody getting $2. I know it's people who get more. So if your job giving you the $2, you get the bare minimum. If nothing, your job sucks. Your job don't suck no worse than the ones who getting the $2. Cause I'm in the nursing the threads and I see what y'all typing and I'm like, this is crazy. And y'all still going to work? That vacation you get that you'll never use, now's the time. All PTO days that you got, that you waiting because you don't know if something gonna happen. If something did happen, it's time to use it. Rona happened. You better use your days. You better go to the doctor. Like I told y'all, I told the truth. I didn't lie about nothing because I didn't want to have to try to remember no lie. And I ain't never ever did this. So I guess I was scary to an extent, like trying to be off work or, getting something from the system. But hell, paid into it. Been working since I was 16. So I paid into it. So anything I may possibly get, I deserve it. No, I do not have coronavirus, nor have I displayed any symptoms. However, due to the coronavirus, ain't no daycare. Who watching y'all kids? Where y'all kids at? How's y'all kids being taken care of? They're sitting at home in front of the TV and video game all day ain't taken care of. Why y'all don't use that? There is no daycare no more for now. So you could use that to get off work. They don't have the proper protective equipment. One thing I feel like, if nothing else, y'all, these jobs send us in here to deal with HIV patients. Y'all send us in here to deal with people with coronavirus. Y'all send us in here to deal with people with hepatitis. We go in these rooms dealing with these sick people all I asked for was the gear to protect me. I needed to be protected from your loved one with coronavirus. I ain't got no problem with taking care of them, but give me what I need. And a surgical mask ain't what I need. A surgical mask is cheaper because now y'all know the prices of the mask done went up like crazy. So your job only want to give you the bare minimum. And they play y'all like y'all stupid, like y'all don't know better. Giving them to y'all. Like somebody the other day, you supposed to be fitted for an N95. Don't even get me started on that. Y'all don't remember that from nursing school. If you're a CNA, you may or may not know that. But if you're a nurse, you know N95, you're supposed to be fitted for it because it's looking for that tight seal. So you can't breathe that stuff in. They ain't doing that. Come on. They barely give you an N95. Then something happened. You drop your mask on the floor or it gets soiled and you ask for another one. Now you got to be interrogated on why you getting another mask. Quit
Whoa,
playing.
whoa. I just got a comment from Matthew, right? He said, I just talked to Tyrese. This is my nephew, my other nephew. He said people dying in the jail from the virus. Now this is my nephew, and he's in the county jail right now. So this coming out the comment, my nephew making a comment about this, which he's talking about his brother, my other nephew. Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to bring that information out.
Thank you. No, thank you. 'Cause I can't see the comments. I don't know what happened, but wait, is you acting right now?
Well, it's on the YouTube comment.
Okay, I'm on Facebook. I was
Right,
wondering why I
exactly.
couldn't see. But, yeah, thank you, Matthew. Confirmation. Now, if you're in jail or prison for whatever reason, do you think they care about you having something to protect yourself with? Really? Okay. Yeah. They don't care. And again, everybody there ain't even guilty. Or even if they is guilty, ain't that the whole way of life? You do something, you get punished, and then it's done, right? So they deserve to die because they in jail. Shouldn't have did what they did to get put in there. Like they knew coronavirus was gonna hit during their sentencing time. Like knock it off. Y'all just kill me this so heartless and so cold and acting like y'all can't put stuff in nobody else's shoes for a minute, momentarily. For a minute. Do y'all remember back in the wintertime when the pipes and stuff freezing up in these jails and prisons and they ain't had no heat, they ain't had no hot water? Oh, because you're in prison, you don't deserve hot water? Really? But all y'all with y'all little petty crimes and misdemeanors, come on, I ain't the only one that committed no misdemeanor. Y'all need to stop. Y'all really need to stop being so cold and heartless. But I seen the one in Lansing. Matthew just confirmed it. Yes, they're dying up in there. They're dying. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy expectation. What people expect from you. People mad because you want to come put yourself in harm's way. I was so sick of hearing you one of the managers. I mean, you a nurse, you signed up for this. No, I didn't. When I became a nurse, I didn't know coronavirus existed. I did not sign for coronavirus, nor did I sign up to take care of people with coronavirus without the proper people. Now, you could throw that on me if I had all the stuff I'm supposed to have, but we don't. That's why people pissed and calling off work. That's why y'all staff, which y'all don't care. Maybe some of the managers might, because now y'all got to do the stuff the flow nurses was doing. But people ain't got time to play these games. Y'all know $2. What is dollars? Am I gonna see $2 in my check? No, because I pay taxes. Maybe if you exempt, you might see it, but I don't know. And I wish I was exempt. Give me all mine. But anyway, it's a lot of BS going on with these jobs. They not telling you. Some of the people that was diagnosed at my job, some of the patients, they didn't even want us to know. They want to keep it hush hush. But it went down. The first confirmed case went down over the weekend. No management was there. So everybody started calling. Y'all know how juicy stuff spread like wildfire. People calling, texting my phone off work. And they letting me know. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm good. It's much chaos up in there. And I don't like people lying to me, telling me anything. I'm a real straight shooter. Now, I'll sugarcoat to you because I know most people can't handle the sugarcoat nothing to me. Let me know what it is. And then I can prepare mentally. But when y'all want to play games with us, this person obviously said, showing symptoms, but y'all don't want to test them. Want me to keep going in here with a surgical gown? For real? No gown. No gown. Let me, I'm going to hold back on some of these stories. Ain't no gowns. You go check the isolation little cart. It wasn't nothing but shoe covers one day. No gown. I just get to work. I got to go stock the isolation cart. Then a lot of stuff. Okay, so going back to me, I was off for a while because that's how my schedule. My day to return to work, I return to work. I see isolation stuff. You ever go to the hospital somewhere and they got like stuff sitting outside the room? That means it's contagion up in there. You need to cover protect yourself. So I see the stuff. I ask around. So I get in the computer because I don't like going off hearsay. I get in the computer. I had 2 patients who obviously symptoms, and they tested for the flu. And this is another piece to it where I knew some bull in the game. They tested these people for the flu. Why would you test somebody for the flu and they playing coronavirus symptoms, which could be similar, don't get me wrong, but right now everything corona. So you're gonna test flu, must be cheaper to test for the flu. Came back negative, but one end up having coronavirus later on and died from it. But in the middle of March, this person tested negative for the flu. It was probably about 30 days later this person died from coronavirus. But the nurses are advocating or standing up for the patient, saying, look, I think the patient's sick. I think y'all need to check for coronavirus. No, we're not doing that. They tested them for the flu. And I know because I looked for myself. Because I don't like coming to work with a bunch of gossipy stories. Let me confirm. Let me try to confirm what I can. Why are you going to work right now? I'm essential, so they say. And I ain't going. It's too chaotic. And y'all don't give a damn about me. They don't care about you. They don't care about your kids. They don't care how tired you are from working. They want more. But they ain't in there. They ain't in there with Miss Jones who like to spit all day. They ain't in there with that. They ain't in there with Mr. Williams who like to play in his diaper all day. They not in there. Never in the history of nursing have you been able to take something from one room to another. Like masks and stuff. So for anybody who wants anal, yeah, a blood pressure cuff, the blood glucose monitoring, but that stuff's supposed to be cleaned first. But I'm talking PPE. I'm talking about face mask. And for all of y'all patients, all y'all people who parents or your loved ones still got something up here, mentally, they're still there cognitively, they're alert and oriented times 3 to 4. For all y'all people who want to be technical, You need to start telling them, you ain't supposed to come in my room with the mask. That's like your doctor coming in the room with gloves on. He opened the door with them gloves on and trying to touch you with them same gloves. You're going to be looking like, I don't know what he was just doing in the hallway with them. Never. But they want you to work with it and just accept it. And then the governor and Trump them, oh, we sending supplies to the hot zones or whatever. When this gonna trickle down, I don't know. But I know their priority is New York. They say Michigan is a hot zone and Louisiana, I had heard them was, but the last time I was at work, no. Now I've heard from my colleagues, like I said, that they starting to pass the supplies out, but you got to keep it for a week. What if you forget it? What if you forget your work bag and you ran out the door and you forgot your mask at home? And again, how do you rotate one? Because the doctor told me no. He said 4. It's fine to do that brown bag technique with 4. So y'all remember that. Next time y'all DONs try to tell y'all, oh, you can wear it for a week. Never. America going down. If you can't see the writing on the wall, somebody to get to you straight, no chaser. I'm telling you. These healthcare facilities, they're spreading it. Not intentionally, but it's like chaos. They don't know what they're doing. Our managers don't know what they're doing. They making stuff up as they go to try to keep the sheep sleep because they don't try to freak out. And you could say it's man-made. I agree. It could very well possibly be. I looked on the back of the Lysol container like all y'all did, and I seen human coronavirus on there. I seen it. I don't know. I ain't no chemist. I ain't in no lab. I don't know. Man-made, yeah. But the creator allowing it, so we got to roll with it off that. America is finished. If nurses got to just think about it, if a nurse got to go from this sick person room to your mama room, I mean, come on. I wouldn't doubt if they doing it with the same, not gloves, gown. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't know it for a fact. But I'm just letting y'all know, this is not the time to be sitting up rotting away at no job that don't give a damn about you no way. They don't care. The last thing I heard was America was $11 trillion in debt. How you pay back that much? With the fake monetary system we got, just printing paper. You just print paper thanks to the Federal Reserve. And that might be a little deeper than what some of y'all want to get into because some of y'all not in the history like that. But point is, if you owe Ray 11 trillion, can you pay him? All right then. There's no way it can come back from this. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? The nasty practices, the stuff they doing. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Ever. And this nurse has been 30 years and they never seen it either. You jumping in? And I thought I heard you. So yeah. I know y'all don't like to hear the Bible. Y'all just want to hear people talk. But I do got 2 scriptures that I did want to say because, you know, right now it's a time for God. And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not no religious person like dealing with church and all that. I know I'm gonna say 99% of them pastors, them niggas, they some niggas and they be lying. So I ain't got time for no nigga lying to me, telling me what I want to hear or what he think I want to hear so I can get him 10% of my check. I ain't got time for that. This ain't coming from no church standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that my body is the Lord's temple, that He dwells in me. Before I ever was taken to church, to a church building, God was with me. He formed me in the belly. Y'all know that scripture. Come on. Church. What is church right now? Them niggas can't even open doors. They on Cash App begging y'all to send them some money. So screw church.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High.
I have church 5-6 years ago. It was a personal decision for me because when I started really reading the Bible for myself, the crap that I had been taught was listening to here in church, I wasn't seeing it up in there. It was big difference. So I said, I'm good on this here. And can't none of you so-called evangelists or whatever come tell me I'm gonna die and go to hell because I don't attend a Sunday service. Because what y'all gonna do? What y'all been doing for the last 3-4 weeks? Y'all gonna go to hell too? Because y'all can't fit in that church. You might get one. So for those of you who call yourself an atheist or agnostic, you don't believe in God, you know what? This ain't from no church preacher standpoint. I ain't finna stand up and shout and scream and act a fool. I'm not finna do that. Because biblically, it ain't in there. It was one scenario where David danced. And and again, I tell every Christian who brings up to me, if David danced came out of his clothes, was he at church naked dancing? Come on. Y'all gotta stop. Just use your common sense. You know what your common sense is? The Spirit of God. That voice that you think gonna say, son, daughter, that don't exist. It's your conscience. Anything good your conscience tell you, that's the Spirit of the Lord.
Okay, but
That's it right
let's
there.
bring it out right quick, baby. Let's bring it out right quick. 1 Corinthians
Clarify.
3:16.
Okay.
1 Corinthians 3:16, and it says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?" Just what my wife explained. The Most High, He dwells within us. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, baby. That's all I wanted right there. I wanted to elaborate on that, bring that scripture out.
And for those of you who gonna say, well, what about forsaking not the assembly? Well, what about us gathering together? Don't the Bible say also? You're right. Those are scripture. But it also says when 2 or 3 are gathered together in his name, he in the midst. So me, my man, and I got 1, 2, 3 kids. That's 5. Boom, we good. All it takes is 2 or 3, and he there.
I'm about to find that verse. We got to bring that out.
So we'll let him find a verse on that one. But again, for all y'all who kind of like forget God, y'all on that little boozy, y'all don't know or really know about God, y'all don't think y'all really need God. This ain't coming from that Christianity, Baptist, whatever other denominations they got. This ain't that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm trying to just straight read the Bible. This is good enough. God told me that everything I need to know is in this book. And his spirit will break it down to me. And like a strong concordance Bible dictionary. I don't need no pastor every Sunday to be sitting up lying to me, acting like he teach something.
All right, I got that scripture for you. This is Matthew 18:20, and it reads, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them."
So that was only brought up to let you know that you do not have to physically be in a building. As a matter of fact, the scripture said contrary to that.
Let me get that
Your
scripture.
body, and this is for all y'all who really want facts, because the pastor, I can open this the Bible, right? Holy Bible. I can open this and say nigga, 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 nigga. Am I really reading that here? You can have a book open and say anything, and it could not be what's necessarily in the book. Like this, the Bible, y'all know it don't say nigga, nigga, nigga. But I got it open, and I'm saying nigga, 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 nigga. So it would appear as if what I'm saying is coming from here, but it ain't. Same thing in slavery. Same thing now with your pastors. Had this open and just be talking. They ain't reading it, and we wasn't reading it either. That's how we sat in church for 20 years. We wasn't reading just to tell on myself. I wasn't reading it either. I ain't know what it said. I was going off what other people told me. Till one day. And if you really want to know what happened to me, I was at work bored on midnights. Like, let me read the Bible. I'm up. I might as well do something productive. And I read that scripture, the devil deceived the whole world. Changed how I looked at a lot of things, because it did not exclude Christianity and it did not exclude your pastor. The devil deceived the world. So I went on a journey for truth, because I didn't want to be deceived by the devil. He the enemy, right?
All right, I got that scripture.
Where we at?
This is Acts 7:48, and it reads, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with the hands, saith the prophets." So the Most High, He don't dwell in buildings that was made by hands. But I just want to bring that out too.
And, I mean, I guess I done pretty much made my points. I don't want to be, excuse me, too redundant. But
I guess ain't nobody want to get in on the chat, or I guess they just want to watch.
which is fine, and sometimes questions and things come up later when you have time
Right.
to ponder and meditate on things. So that's fine. I'm not looking to beef with anybody about, I don't have no animosity with anyone. Um,
Mm-mm.
I'm living my life like you live your life. I'm just telling you my journey. Like, this is my specific journey in life. Like I said, I was doing me. I was at a job work, but when I read scripture in the Bible, I'm like, man, the devil deceived the world. That includes me. I'm deceived. I'm tricked by
Mm-hmm.
tricking me. So I don't want to be tricked. So let me find out what's real. And then I started reading the Bible, and I started finding out everything I thought was a lie for the most part, damn near everything.
Yeah,
You know,
damn near everything. If the so-called white man go right, you go left. For real. If the white man say, or the devil say that the sky's purple, go another.
those who remember the days of old. You supposed to think about it. It go on to say that we need to ask our elders and those over us so that they can tell us. You know how you would see a picture or something from back in the day, and they'd be sitting around a fire, and the older person to be telling stories and passing down different stories or folklore or folk tales or whatever you want to call it. We're supposed to do that.
Let's
I'm
bring that
not
out. Hold on, I'm
supposed
gonna
to
bring it out.
to my ancestors.
I'm gonna bring
Okay.
it out. Let me get that. I'm gonna find that scripture right quick.
Okay. And what else did I want to say? Y'all got to stop chasing money. And you may think it's easier for me to say that because, oh, I got a two in house, or I got a man and I ain't got to worry about it. That's what you may think. And I'm gonna let you think what you want to, but sometimes money just ain't everything, y'all. Especially for those of y'all picking up extra shifts and picking up doubles and overtime because a lot of people ain't coming to work right now. So y'all feel like it's the time to get money. Some of y'all sick, got corona, don't know. To stop. Take care of yourself. Y'all know how you could be sick and working these jobs and they don't care. I remember one day I worked a 16-hour shift, not voluntarily, and usually when that happens to me, if I work the next day, I usually take it off because I'm exhausted. But it was a 16-hour shift. It was like either the next day or maybe a day or so later, I had to go back to work. And I said no, and they was mad at me. But no, I'm not about to be some of my job making y'all sick. Some of y'all jobs that gave y'all hypertension, diabetes, all of that. And y'all still up in them boys, faithfully.
I got that scripture for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Now I am. Hold on. All right, Deuteronomy 32 and 7, and it reads, "Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations, Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee. So right there, you know what I'm saying? What my wife was talking about as far as um, the elders having the information, as far as, you know what I'm saying, back in the old days. That's all I got on that, babe.
So he on my end. So I just want to read the top again. Remember the days of old. So to remember the old days. The Bible says remember the old days. So if anybody telling you, oh, you need to go and not think about that, no, could believe in God. And the Bible tells you remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. So you're supposed to look back on the generations before you. We're supposed to. And furthermore, we're the only ones who are discouraged to do it. Because you take a person of any other ethnicity, they know where they from. Even if they only know my mother was Irish and my father was German. They know that they could trace themselves back to Europe or India or Asia, whatever country continent they was on. Can you? Can I look you in your eyes and say, well, I know my father was Nigerian and my mother was Senegalese? I can't say that. That's why I made that up. Because I don't know. But the Bible tells us that we're supposed to remember those days, and we used to ask our fathers, and they knew it. So can't nobody tell me that I'm not supposed to inquire about the generation before me. Just like couldn't nobody tell Alex Haley to know. It may hurt you, or you may be too scared or whatever to want to discuss certain things. But again, we don't wake up hating white people. We don't wake up hating Chinese people. But the Bible tells us to never our enemy. Can you please get that scripture and let me know when you have it? The says we're supposed to trust the enemy. So when I look back through the generations, the days of old, like the Bible tells me to, I can clearly see who black people enemy are. It's more than one. So what I'm supposed to do? Pretend it didn't exist because you tired of hearing about it? Because you said I need to let that go? The Bible ain't telling me I need to let this go. And furthermore, I was never read this scripture in church, or even furthermore, even had proposed to me. Where did I come from?
Got
With
that
this
scripture for
all
you.
off subject, I'm getting a little deeper. Go ahead.
Okay, this is the book in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So we don't never trust our enemy. We know who our enemy is. If you read Deuteronomy 28:68, you will find out.
Okay, he was breaking up a little bit, but he was. If you want able to tell you who your enemy is, you can read Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you can't, it's one in the regular Bible on not an enemy. If you find that one, let me know when you get. Anyway, going a little off, but I feel the need to clarify where I come from. Me and my family, our standpoint. We don't walk around looking for white people to hang. We don't walk around looking for white people to tar and feather. We don't, go around looking for white people to be tied to the back of our car and drag them down the street. All things that have happened to our people, we don't do that. Vengeance is the Lord's. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that certain things didn't happen because it make you feel uncomfortable because the Bible instructs me to remember and to ask. So for all you black people or American people or Negro, whatever y'all call yourself, who let people tell you to stop talking about bad things that have happened to us in our history, I got a big one of these and for you. Quit being afraid. The Bible tells you, remember the days of old, that your elders and fathers are supposed to tell you about the things of the past. It didn't say they're going to feel good, and it should a damn show didn't say that the other people going to like it. But I bet you every September 11th, you put some respect on what happened to them. And I bet you every time the Holocaust is come around, you put some respect on what happened to the Jewish people. So I don't want to hear nothing about me talk about the white people, Asian people, slaves, none of that. The Bible tells me I can talk about it. And don't we got freedom of speech in this country? Oh, I can't exercise that. But you can. Most of y'all don't even know where y'all grandmother and them from down south. Most of you don't. And a lot of y'all could care less. A lot of y'all don't care this shit. And you know what? It's gonna change. But I know some of y'all still on that tip, son. Out and thinking this may be over soon. This may gonna change. Look, prepare mentally so that you won't be operating out of emotions and fear when things go down. But I'm just letting you know where we stand from, because a lot of my coworkers think I'm racist or they think I just hate white people, and that's not the case. I hate anything that God told me to hate. Anything that God told me not to trust, I ain't gonna trust it. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing, aka a pastor. God can trust that. Don't trust stuff. It's gonna be okay. Who wanna put a pacifier in your mouth, put you back on the tip? God, we don't trust that. Sometimes y'all need to hear what's harsh and what's reality. And in reality, working all these doubles, working extra because you consider it essential, non-essential. I don't care if wherever you work. They care about you. They don't care about me. So why are you putting you up in harm's way? Why? They gonna fire you? In your job, not in God. Boom, we exposed it. Because that's what it really is. Y'all got someone trusting God. Who you call God. I'm saying that because y'all can relate. I like to say the Most High God because it's more than one God. The Bible tell you that too. It's more than one God. The D God, but that's probably a little deeper than what some of y'all want to go right now. So I'm gonna stay at the surface level. But all of you, for all of y'all who question my child I didn't know who, because we'll teach Greek philosophy in this house. That's that Grecian and Roman stuff. Do Greece and Rome up in here. We do Hebrew and Aramaic. How can you say Jesus let you know why I don't? And I want to make sure you say Jesus who you talk about. Because if you're talking about a man with blind blue eyes, you wrong. The Bible don't do. How long did Christ live? 36, I believe. He lived to be 36. So how many people got to see his face? Y'all don't think they wrote about what he looked like? They did. It's in the Bible. And they said his hair was blonde and stringy. And they never said his eyes was blue. They never said his height. If you really want to know, look at the Bible. The Bible tells you what Jesus Christ really looked like. And this ain't no hate for white people. But I'm going to ask you a question. Why y'all so worried about white people? Is they worried about you?
Here go this man right here. This character or whatnot. Right here. I don't know if you
The
can see him on the screen.
I can't see him on mine.
No, he's not on there yet. Might be a
Y'all
delay or
know
something.
nothing about